at the end of days. The first sign shall appear in the heavens. Justice shall fall upon the world of men. The armies of light and shadow will clash across the fields of eternity. Leah, are you all right, my girl?
It was nothing, Uncle. Just a bad dream. We should be getting you home.
But there's still work to be done. If these translations are correct, the powers of hell could already be on the move. The world must be told of the coming darkness. You do believe me, don't you, Leah? It has begun.
Leave it, Uncle! It's not important!
Hey guys, welcome to Diablo 3, and we're playing the Reaper of Souls expansion. So if you don't know what Diablo is, firstly, I don't know where you've been, because Diablo is the most iconic dungeon crawler game ever created, so. But if you don't, you will gain a pretty quick idea of how it works. So, in the Reaper of Souls expansion, you get a couple other character choices, but I thought we'd kind of quickly go through them. So there's the Barbarian. Barbarian is the classical physical class. Uses just pure brute force, fury, and pretty much unyielding toughness and power to destroy enemies in close combat. They use fury as a resource in dealing and receiving damage. So there's also the Crusader. So the Crusader is more of a balanced character. So, religious warrior committed to expurging evil from the world through discipline, honor, and unswerving vigilance. So Crusaders are kind of a balance between barbarians and mages. They have, what says righteous power of wrath. So, they can heal, they can defend, and they can also kind of fight in melee. So they're kind of a combination of the two. We have Demon Hunters, which are more of a dexterity class. Our first two classes are just strength classes. Then we have Demon Hunter, which is our first dexterity class. So they use ranged weapons and shell manipulation to make this vengeful hero an elusive stalker of demons. So yeah, variety of traps and escapes. You're kind of kiting your opponent, keeping them at arm's reach, and kind of destroying enemies from a distance. So they use hatred and discipline to kind of dual forces as their power. There's the monk, which is the other dexterity class, a holy warrior whose attacks faster than the eye can follow, disabling enemies with precise blows. So they're also a close combat class, but they have a variety of different abilities and powers that make them able to equally fight. So, can heal and do many things, kind of like a Crusader, but a little bit different. So, the Force of Spirit powers the monk's abilities. Spirit is gained through the monk's primary attacks. Last we get into our intelligence classes. The Witch Doctor, which I think looks really cool. So, a manipulator of life force and death. The shrewd caster wields the power of spirits in astounding ways. So the Witch Doctor, as keeping with Diablo lore, is the summoner. So, wise and cunning, the Witch Doctor draws upon the magic of the spirits and summons creatures from beyond the grave. So, I generally play the summoner, but I want to go for something a little bit different this time. So, while it is a special chalice to choose from, the world's wizard doesn't shirk from the fray. So use the power of mana in casting spells. Lastly, we have the Wizard. So the master of the temporal and elemental energies powering creation itself. So the Wizard is just a classic wizard spells and a variety of different attacks. So, and the ways Wizard uses arcane power. But like I said, we're going to be playing the Crusader. We're also going to play in the seasons. So seasons are from a limited time frame, but you can only use items from which you've gathered, which this is my first hero. I want to have a fresh experience, so we have no other things where you take no kind of down from having a seasonal character. Hardcore heroes, which is something you'll probably never see me playing, is once it dies, it is gone. So that's a very cruel way to play, but can also require a lot more grinding, because you don't want to take a lot of risks. So, let us create our hero. So, Players Season gives you the opportunity to reap exclusive rewards. Seasonal heroes start fresh and can only play with other seasonal heroes. You'll not be able to use non-seasonal items in your staff. We'll start at 0 gold and we'll have to retrain your artisans. We will accept. So you get a choice between campaign and adventure. So, for this, we're just going to play the campaign mode. Okay. So season 5 has begun. Season hero starts from scratch and only play with other season heroes. So these, I'm guessing, are the things we will get upon the season's end. So we'll get the Thorns of the Invoker. So if two items of the sets, you're throwing down just all enemies in 50 yards radius around you. Each time you hit an enemy with a punish, slash, or block an attack, your thorns increased by 25% for 2 seconds. If you're using 4 of the set, you take 50% less damage for 20 seconds after damaging an enemy with bombardment. And lastly, the attack speed of punish and slash are increased by 50% and deal 600% of your thorns damage to the first enemy hit. We will also get the old growth pet, and from Grey Hollow Champion Portrait Frame. These are things you have to complete to get. But it looks like you actually have a choice between a couple different armors. Probably because there's 5 seasons or something? I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, I think the Thorns one is probably good, since we're playing a kind of Crusader hero. So, don't leave but compete with clan friends and events. Be the first to complete Conquest in the Mortal Realm. So, give different abilities, give different amount of points. So that's interesting. But we'll look at that a little bit later. So, Achievement Champion. Okay. So we're going to play on normal. So, baseline Diablo 3 experience, 0% X gold, 0% XP. And these ones you get more gold and XP, which could help you in playing in the season. But we're just going to play the basic. So, game settings. Like I said, we're pretty much exactly where we're going to be. We're going to play private because we don't want people to join our game, because we're just playing just for fun. So yeah, let us start the game in Act 1. Hoping it's going to play the introductory cinematic. Let's hope so. Act 1.
At 12, I swore the oath, leaving home and family. At 16, I saw my master die. I took up his shield and his name, and on that day, I became a Crusader. Armored by faith, driven by duty, bound to kill the enemies of Zakarum. Sworn to live as a Crusader and to die as one. Now, corruption returns to the hearts of men. I see it in the eyes of the mad. Hear it in the howling of the damned. A falling star in the west leads me to the town of New Tristram. The crusade calls me, and so I go.
So that gives us an introduction of what we are doing. So,
The falling star is close, but there is death here too.
So has something happened in Tristram? There's our undead rhythm. So yeah, left click primary spells. Okay, so punish is our main ability. Generates 5 wrath, and we have just some regular melee attacks. Shift. Okay. Attacks with your shield. Strike the enemy and gain hardened senses. Increase your chance to block for a short time. So. And this is just regular attacks. If you didn't know, you can use shift to do that. And that, I think, increases the wrath if we have decreased wrath. But right now, we do not have any of that, so. So, town of New Tristram. We will talk to Captain Rumford.
Greetings. I am a Crusader of the Zakarum faith, and I saw a star falling on this town.
It fell on the old cathedral. There was only one survivor, Leah. You should speak with her.
Captain Rumford, more dead are coming.
We can't open the gates until we drive them back.
So, a star has fallen on the Church of Tristram, and there is only one survivor. That is interesting. So the cool thing is, if you just want to attack enemies, you can do it without advancing if you hold shift, which can be
I've never seen anyone
useful.
fight like that before. Guards, open the gates. You'll find Leah at the Slaughtered Calf Inn.
So, one thing you can do is you can do single clicks to move, or you can hold and move. I recommend holding and moving, but depends what you want to do.
The dead have been a bane on our existence since that cursed fire fell. We have to burn them, just to make sure they don't rise from the grave.
Interesting.
Zakarum has fallen to disgrace. What faith can save us now? It is the end of the world. Can't you see that?
Zakarum will be restored, friend.
So there's a lot of dialogue in this. Hopefully it doesn't bore you guys, but Diablo is a very lore-based game.
May the gods who abandoned us come to your aid one last time.
Okay, so
By the grace
So
of the
Zakarum
ancients,
won't say anything
may your soul
particular,
be warmed
so.
and brought...
the Book of Cain. You don't have any unidentified items. So we don't have Cain, but we have the Book of Cain. This is our stash. We'll use the staff to store a variety of different items. And we can expand the stash, so.
Marco, I'd protect him, but now he's dead.
Potential companion for the future? Okay. We can get these from different things. I do just think I just like the Sage axe. I do like the Sage. We'll leave it at that. So who's next? The Brawler.
Don't you dare lift a finger to help our mayor fix his wagon. My brother died defending this town, while that bloated coward tried to run away.
Interesting.
Some heroes are fighting each other in an area near here. Wanna go? Oh, and you didn't hear about it from me.
So that's PvP, I'm guessing.
Afraid of damaging your armor or weapons? That won't happen over there. In fact, no one even dies. Disappointing, really.
So do any weapons have durability? I'm so not used to durability systems.
Now don't do anything I wouldn't.
Oops. Don't think this is actually where we wanted to be. But don't think we know how to get back. Let's take the portal back to New Tristram. Because yeah, probably not where we wanted to go. So we need to talk to Leah in the Slaughtered Calf Inn.
Tristram used to be such a wonderful place to live. My family has been here since the town grew out of the ruins of old Tristram. But now, it's horrible. The loved ones we've buried and grieved over now threaten our lives.
Just wondering if I could increase the sound of that. I don't think it's too hard to hear, but definitely nice if I could increase it a little bit. Yeah. Let's max that. Because I don't want you guys to have to strain to hear things. These people are all scared. For one reason or another.
Have you come to help us? The other adventurers who came through here didn't look so deadly.
I don't care what anyone says. That thing that fell from the sky was no rock. A rock doesn't cause the dead to leave their graves.
So it is the rock that is
Are you
making
Leah?
these changes.
They tell me you survived the falling star.
I did, but it blasted my uncle Deckard Cain into the depths of the old cathedral. I tried to search for him, but the dead were already rising. I came back here to rally the militia, but watch out! The wounded are turning!
Love it!
Holy crap!
Killing business.
We learned Shield Bash. So that's really interesting. So these are your secondary skills. Cost 30 Wrath. So yes, we will accept it. Yeah, very powerful.
The dead will overwhelm us all, unless something is done.
Something like putting the dead back to sleep? I can do that.
Thank you. You should speak with Captain Rumford at the gate. He can tell you what to do.
So we need to save Deckard Cain for sure.
Welcome to the Slaughtered Calf Inn. Bring me whatever treasures you have no use for. I'll give you a bit of coin to save up for your casket.
So good. Okay, so this is interesting. So instead of damage, they've calculated down to damage per second, which is useful. It's around damage you can take based on your life, armor, dodge roll, average resistance, melee, and elite damage reduction. Now, attacks you can cover every second in combat. So, thing. So we have just a rusty flail and a Crusader shield. So, I like that they've totally abandoned the old system of damage.
We've been under siege for 6 days now. Uncle Deckard is still missing. Captain Rumford and the others are losing hope. I tell them not to lose faith, but if help doesn't arrive soon...
Okay, well we have discovered a little bit of more lore. It's always fun to collect lore in Diablo games, because that's really a lot of what the game's about. Gonna have to figure out how the picking up mechanics work in this game, but I'm sure we'll figure that out as we play.
Militiamen went out, only Rumford came back. How could that help us?
We never should have built on this cursed ground. Maybe Cain was right. Even in death, Diablo torments us.
Cain is the one who'd know the most about Diablo, the Lord of Terror. Another book. Always interesting to read from these books.
We have come at last to Tristram's old cathedral. This is where Diablo, Lord of Terror, first corrupted mankind. This is where I may finally find the answers I seek. Leah worries after my safety. but I believe information vital to defeating the last lords of the burning hells can be found here.
So, I think it's just that it's higher quality, but it sounds different than the old Deckard Cain. But like I said, I'm pretty sure it's just because of how much higher quality it is.
Studied the fall of Old Tristram. This is closer to the town's history than I want to be.
Very true.
I've come to help. How do we stop these risen dead?
I admire your courage, but Captain Dalton and the militia were slaughtered by those things. Only I survived.
Have faith, Captain. Have faith.
Well, I have seen you fight. Strike at the wretched mothers and their queen. They're the ones vomiting out these horrors.
They're attacking the barricades!
So let's check out this shield slot.
That's one of the wretched mothers. There are more of them in the ruins down the road.
So Reptilian Sass regenerates 2 life per second, which is important because before we had no way to regenerate life.
I, Deckard Cain, have spent many years traveling and writing about the strange creatures in our world, but the sight of the wretched mothers still haunts me. They are the remnants of Queen Asilla's slaughtered handmaidens who were twisted by foul magic. Now they feast upon cadavers and regurgitate them as newly formed, risen dead.
Interesting.
I will never forget the first time I saw these horrors shambling out of the misty woods. Our loved ones, buried long ago, rose from their graves and began to attack the living. However, the risen dead were only the beginning.
Very interesting.
Dear reader, I am Abdalhazir, adventurer, scholar, and researcher. I share my knowledge of this incredible world and its creatures through my insightful missives, often at grave risk to myself. Why, I was recently in Kanduras, where my tents were ransacked by vicious quill fiends. I was able to beat them off with a shoe, but a less bold man would have fared far worse.
Just playing around, you could right-click stuff to get more information. Or rather, try to equip it instantly, rather. What I meant is, it looks like it has control for more information, but I don't think that one has public any more role data. But anyway, guys, I think we'll call this an episode here, and we'll be back in the next one for more Diablo 3. Thanks, guys. Later.